Ekal Abhiyan has also strived to eliminate the evil of drugs spread in rural areas by connecting the residents with Indian culture. Ekal has empowered rural Bharat. For the last 33 years, this journey of Ekal continues unabated, even today. Come and experience the empowerment of rural Bharat and Ekal's role in fulfilling the dreams of thousands.
I am very privileged to introduce the force behind this celebration and fundraiser, Mr. Mohan Vanshu, who is the president of the New York chapter of Ekal Vidyalaya. Mohanji, absolutely.
You'll be very happy to know that Ekal Vidyalaya imparts free education to 2.8 million children in these remote villages. And what is more commendable is that 50% of these students are girls. So a big round of applause for Ekal to put money where their mouth is.
In the remote and difficult areas of Ladakh, children are being taught Hindi with Bodhi. While in Kashmir, the heaven on earth, Ekal has introduced the children to Kashmiri culture along with education.
It was a very, very impressive presentation where you shared different projects with which Ekal is serving. But primarily, I think it is the education of rural kids with bare minimum investment, so to say. So talk to me about your association with Ekal and how was the experience of the way community responded to your call?
Sure. So I've been associated with Ekal for 15 plus years. I visited several schools in India and was very, very touched by the depth and breadth of Ekal's operations in India. Ekal runs schools in 92 plus thousand villages and teaches 2.8 million children for free, half of which are girls. So what impressed me the most was that amidst all the usual education that is imparted to children, Ekal imparts sanskar shiksha to these children. Now we see so many problems that have engulfed our country, and the sanskar shiksha is really what will differentiate these kids from the others and will help the younger generation, the future generation of India, to contribute to a Viksit Bharat and to contribute to a very strong Bharat. And this, I feel, is the differentiator between Ekal and all the other organizations.
So Mohanji is a wonderful orator, but with that, I think it is his passion and a sort of emotional connect to the cause that comes across. Everyone was charged, but what way that charge translates into to raising funds, etc. If you want to give some basic idea as to what was your expectation or any target that you had for the evening, and if there is any thing in that direction that you can share.
Sure. So we have always, hoped for more and more participation from folks. Many years back, when we started the process of holding fundraisers on Long Island and Manhattan, you'll be surprised, Ashokji, there were very few takers. Very few people used to donate. Over the years, people have now become more used to, donating to such causes. So it is heartening to know that, people are donating more and more. However, much more has to be done. We have not reached there yet. And what is also heartening is that in India, we are seeing, a shift, almost, like a 180 degree turn. People in India are donating very generously now because I guess, of two factors. One, they have more disposable income, and they're also seeing, the problems that are being faced by Indian society. And they feel that, by supporting their own organizations, they can turn the future of India around. So it is very, very heartening to know that India is now kind of taking a lead in this area of charitable donations.
आज हम काफी हद तक कामयाब हैं।
Ekal Abhiyan has also strived to eliminate the evil of drugs spread in rural areas by connecting the residents with Indian culture and traditions through its Sri Hari cultural wing. Today, these youth are making people aware by going from village to village as the messengers of Sri Hari.
The other program that we have is called e-Shiksha, which is digital learning. In which case, we distribute tablets to the villages, and generally about 5 students in each village get these tablets, and then they share the tablets. And you'll be also very happy to know that all these tablets are solar powered.
Please do help. Please do contribute. Ekal is one. And I'm very proud to say that I have been involved with many other institutions. So I urge all of you that we have moved so much forward that in 1991, those of you remember, we used to pay $3.50 for a minute of a call to India. Today we do video on stream live for free. Think about the change that has happened.
I want to tell you, I want to express my gratitude to him through representing him with his charitable works. And Ekal has been his favorite charity. For $1 a day, it gives a confidence to a little child to have an education, literacy, and to aim higher.
Namaste, I'm Ashok Vyas and I'm standing with Lynette. Lynette, last time I met you at the event to support Ekal, Satish Malik ji was also with us. Talk to me about your association with him and how he has inspired in serving the community through supporting the kind of projects as Ekal is doing.
Okay, like I said, Mr. Malik or Bawa and Malik, he has the foundation, Perfection of Man Foundation, but then we asked him to change into his name, which is Bawa and Malik Foundation, and he started humble beginnings in New York. He came here with, he said, $2 only, and then he became a transportation planner. He designed the road in Connecticut. Actually, they're still using that as a Bible to create and to improve the transportation in Connecticut. And then he became travel agent. He had his travel agency until he became a real estate realtor, and he became a philanthropist. All of his life's work will be going to charity. He had founded the foundation and 3 other charities, which is going to be these are public charities, in which all of his life's work will benefit to help the works of philanthropy. And Ekal is the first and his favorite charity because of $1 a day. $1 can go a long way, plus all other kinds of education, because he believes that life is learning. While we are alive, we learn from the people around us, from life itself. So it's very important for him that a person is educated, regardless how big it is or small the education is, regardless of academically or improving the skills, improving the resources, improving cultures. So education is a big thing for him. Determination, hard work is his, and sacrifice is his capital in life, which led him to be a business tycoon, and that's it.
That's very, very well put, and that gives us glimpses into the journey, which was filled with initially struggle, then of course sustaining his hard work, succeeding, and then also serving. And talk to me, Lynette, when you came into contact with him, was it professional front or was it his charitable foundation?
Actually, I started in his company, in his property management, because he has a property management managing his buildings, residential buildings, and then I handle his legal department. I go to court, and it was a stressful job. And then I said I cannot do this anymore. So I left for 1 year. And then one day I was walking in the street because his office below is the bank. So that is where my bank is. So I was walking there. And accidentally, he was walking also. So he saw me. And he told me, you left and you didn't get in touch anymore. I said, can I invite you for coffee? And then I said, okay, coffee. And then later on, he invited me again for coffee. I said, let's cut the crap here. What do you want? And then he asked me, come back to work for me. I said, I'm not going to go work in your property management anymore. He told me, you can work in my foundation. Then that's where all it started. We started from scratch. Actually, when the first time I researched for Ekal, it was just like I just printed from internet, Google, Indian charities, and I came across with Ekal, and then we saw in the newspaper about Ekal also. So I just called the number. I just left a message to Ranjani, and Ranjani was like skeptical. Who could be this? And then that's where it started, and then we became one of the majority supporter of Ekal.
So if you don't mind my asking, it is quite a fascinating to learn how he had the vision to serve the community, and then you sort of helped him in executing that vision, and then he also, there is a kind of synergy of understanding, and I think he saw a purity of intent in you, so he brought you in for this foundation's work. So after his presence not being around in the physical form, how has been the transition in terms of the work of the foundation?
Well, after he's gone, it's actually difficult. I mean, I work with him every day, 5 days a week. He's with me. So when I'm still like recovering from the loss. Well, I lost my mother in January, and I lost him also April. So it's kind of hard for me to move on. So the family is also there. Everything happened so fast. We didn't expect. So we're trying to put together with the foundation plus all other charities, so that we can go on and continue what he has started. And he has been planning about these charitable projects ever since I think so before the 90s. So it only started to kick in on 2016 when I started working actually for the foundation, and then we studied and we researched all other kind of charities we can do, so we can expand the charitable givings.
We started with the Ekal Vidyalaya school supporting some number of them, and as Ekal evolved, our support also evolved with them. So I think in comparison to the other organizations that we support, one of the unique things about Ekal is that it reaches into rural India. A lot of the poverty in India is in the cities, not just in the rural communities, and there are a lot of organizations, orphanages, midday meal schemes and stuff like that, which happen closer to the cities. There are not that many organizations that go deep into rural India, which, as Mohanji also said, contains 80% of Indian population. So it is a unique organization from that perspective. And another thing that I will say is one of the best bang for the buck that you can get is by providing a child with education, because that enables the child to get out of the cycle of poverty and make a life for itself. So there is no way to spend money any better than that.
Namaste, I'm Ashok Vyas, and Harambai Studio is primarily focused on sharing all that relates to increasing the compassion in action in human heart. And I'm delighted to be standing with someone who is founder of Guru Kripa Foundation, and Mukund Padmanabhanji's name reminds you of Lord Krishna. And when we look at India, I think the teaching of India has a lot to do with Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Connecting with your name and formation of Guru Kripa Foundation, what was the genesis, the original idea with which this foundation came into being?
I would say that initially it was a desire to do something for the children in India. I remember a long time ago when I used to go on the streets in a car or something, and there would be children coming up and begging for food, and it always seemed wrong to me. So, I'm an individual, there's very little you can do about it, but maybe if you can help a few people's lives, then it's a worthwhile pursuit. At the end of life, we have to account for how we spend time. Even if we make a lot of money, we can't take it with us. So let's do something useful for other people. We are all brothers and sisters and children of the same earth. If there is a brother or sister who is in extreme distress and you're able to reduce that distress, then your life is worthwhile.
Standing with Mukundji gives me additional pleasure, because here we are in support of an event for Ekal Vidyalaya, Ekal Foundation, and you have known the work of Ekal Foundation. I remember having met you earlier also, a few years ago or so, for another fundraiser. So based on, you must be monitoring, or you must be clear about in what way the work and focus of Ekal is helping our society. Talk to me about that.
Well, one of the reasons for my foundation's association with Ekal is because of the emphasis given to education. So now education, we can provide education to a lot of kids who need it in India, and they are distributed both in the big cities as well as in rural India, which actually contains about 80% of the Indian population. So Ekal, as far as I know, is one of the few organizations that actually goes into the rural part. I work with a lot of other organizations that deal with children in the cities. So it seemed like a good synergy. It seemed like, they were doing exactly one of the things that we wanted to do. And more than that, as I came to know about the organization, I initially met Ranjani Saigal from Ekal, and then after that Mohan Vanshu. I was sort of impressed with the commitment that these people brought to the organization. They were not doing it for money, they just believed in the cause, and the cause seemed to be the right cause. I could not find anything wrong in the cause. So it seemed like a good organization to support, and it has been going on for over a decade now.
So what I'm saying now probably may sound in a very direct manner, as if I'm praising the gentleman standing near me, which is correct. But I want to go deep in what is it that helps you maintain a sense of balance in terms of your priorities, having made money and then being clear that money is not everything, yet it has its own importance, etc. So is there any daily practice or any guru, as you have formed Guru Kripa Foundation, that inspires you and helps you in sustaining right focus?
I don't, I certainly give credit to my gurus and my family and my parents for bringing me up with a certain set of values. But in the end, it's just humanity. Who can walk by a child who is begging for food and not feel bad about it? If you feel bad about something, then you should do something about it. So I think that's enough. I mean, this humanity is there in all of us. Sometimes it's masked by the desire for this or that, but all of us are born with it. So I'm just doing what seems right to me, that's all.
So with Mukund Padmanabhanji, founder of Guru Kripa Foundation, at an event to support Ekal Foundation, when I come across different members of Indian American community, I feel that there are many among us who have the attire of a householder, but there is a saint that comes across through their thoughts and deeds. And Mukundji also is one such exceptional, simple individual. So thank you very much, Mukundji. Namaste. typically, the evening like this for fundraising for Ekal, how much money probably we succeeded in generating?
So normally we generate somewhere about $50,000 to $75,000, and I have not added the amounts yet. But it seems like we have collected about 45,000 or something in that range, and we've received many pledges today because people either didn't have their checkbooks with them or they didn't have their phones with them. So we are definitely hoping to cross the $50,000 mark.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So once again, I want to compliment Mohanji for not just being there with his compassion, but also energizing the community and selflessly, consistently inspiring people to come and be a part of such noble cause as is related to Ekal Foundation. Anything as we conclude that you may want to share for those who could not make it today, but probably you feel they'll be happy to learn more about Ekal and be a part of this yagya?
Sure. So those who could not come and attend this wonderful evening, and even as we speak, there's the wonderful music of Kedar Godbole, and his female partner going on inside. We would love for you to go to the Ekal website. It's ekal.org. So that's ekal.org. And feel free to browse the site and see, what a wonderful and transformational work Ekal is doing, in India. And please feel free to donate, as you feel like, as they say in Hindi, Yatha Shakti. Whatever you would like to donate, this will keep, this wonderful abhiyan of education going on in India. And in my opinion, they are doing a selfless and a wonderful service to the country. So please feel free to go to ekal.org and support this organization.
Wonderful. Thanking Mohan Vanchuji. And I also want to underline in your presence the selfless commitment of our Harambai studio and my friend Kripa Ranjan Prasadji for being a medium to sort of share such positive events and sort of spread positive vibes. So thanking him and thanking all of you for being a part of this cosmic yagya. And once again, I would personally also express my gratefulness for the sustained focus and commitment of the gentleman who I would be happy to call my friend, Mohan Vanchuji. Thank you very much, sir. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you very much, Ashokji, and Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye.